Hey, welcome in, welcome in. I'm just going to be using this Incubi Darkness to add the first highlight onto the black armour. So I've already primed the model with Vallejo black primer, but any black that you like will do. And the black primer is just going to be our main black colour, and yeah, we're just adding highlights to it. So yeah, I'm just sort of using the reflection of my lights to add the Incubi Darkness to. You don't want to go too heavy with it. We do want our armour to still read as black. I like the Incubi Darkness as it does do a really good job at doing that. I find sometimes using different greys, the armour just ends up looking grey. Or if you use blue to do this, the armour just ends up looking blue. So I find that Incubi Darkness is a really good way to add the shine and highlights, but still have the armour read as black. The Incubi Darkness is probably one of my favourite colours by Games Workshop. It's just really good coverage. It always goes nice through the airbrush, and it's really nice to use with a brush as well. So yeah, just really nice colour, and yeah, nice paint to use. Yeah, just a quick look at it with the Incubi Darkness on. We've still got plenty of black there, so it's still reading as black. And we'll just be doing the same to the Lord Discordant. Yeah, try your best to leave as much black as you can, but if you do happen to get more Incubi Darkness or any of the other highlight colours on too much, it's okay, because we're going to tame them back down in later steps. And just be using this blue horror as the final highlight. We're just trying to spray within a smaller area of where we've put the Incubi Darkness. And yeah, it's a bit of a tricky paint, this one, to use. It's quite thick, it's almost like using white paint. So yeah, just make sure you've got it really thin down in the airbrush, just so it flows nicely. But yeah, we're just adding the most highest reflection shine with this now. We're not going to bring it all the way to the pure colour, because I do, like I said, I want the model to still read as black. And although I do like the look of a really bright shine, I do kind of like it sort of a bit more worn looking and not just like properly polished. So yeah, just try and get this inside of the borders of the Incubi Darkness you've put on already. But yeah, a really nice colour combination, just any black, the Incubi Darkness and the blue horror. Probably my favourite combination for doing black armour. And yeah, again, we'll just be doing the same on the Lord Discordant. Again, just checking the consistency of it on my hand before applying it to the model. Just trying to get it flushed through and making sure that it's thin enough. Because, yeah, again, this colour's really, I don't know, it is really hard to get through the airbrush. It can, like, sputter a lot. Yeah, so just make sure it's really thin, and if you want, you can adjust the airflow in the airbrush. But yeah, I try and keep the regulator at like 2 bar for whatever I'm doing. And yeah, just try and make sure the paint's super thin. As you can see on the Lord Discordant there, his leg was a little bit quite white, but like I was saying earlier, don't worry too much about that because we'll be like taming a lot of that down and bringing a lot more black into it. So yeah, I'm just going to be using this Magus Purple, and I'm going to be spraying this like from the shadows and letting it sort of blend and creep over onto the Incubi Darkness and some of the Blue Horror. And at the end of this, you'll probably be thinking, well, this is starting to read as purple now. We will be doing more steps again, just to transition between the sort of the black, the purple, and the greeny blue that we've put on as a reflection. But yeah, all of these colours come together really nicely, and they really do make a nice black armour. And yeah, it's cool because although we've used quite a lot of different colours on top of the black already, this will definitely read as black when we're finished. So yeah, as you can see, I'm starting to tame down the sort of the area where I oversprayed the Blue Horror. And yeah, we'll be getting that looking black again soon. Yeah, again, definitely my favourite way to paint black. Get some really nice colours in there, and the end result is the model reading as black. So yeah, this is what it looks like with those stages done. So yeah, there is still plenty of black on there. We've got quite a bit of purple in there, and yeah, we've just sort of blended the other tones together nicely. And yeah, I'm just going to be using this black and watering it down with some paint thinner. And what I'll be doing with this is sort of spraying it at the mid-tone, so the in-between points of the purple and the highlight. And yeah, just really thin coats, specifically placed. And yeah, this will blend all the colours together nicely and get the whole model reading as black again. So yeah, really nice colour combos. Probably, like I said, it's definitely my favourite way of painting black. You get lots of different interesting colours in there, and yeah, the end result is a black reading armour. So yeah, spot on. But yeah, just go steady with it. I've watered it down quite a bit, and yeah, we are just basically just glazing with the airbrush in between the colours, and just yeah, getting all the colours to come through and just blend together. And yeah, just getting that armour nice and black again. Yeah, it's looking really cool already. It's like happy with it already at this stage, so yeah, it's only going to get better. Yeah, and the same again with the Lord Discordant. And yeah, as you can see, I'm just like taming down some of the oversprayed bits on his legs. And yeah, you'll see, he'll start reading as black again. But yeah, to be fair, just how the colours are is a really cool colour combo anyway. But yeah, just seeing as we're doing them is Black Legion, we've got to make sure that the armour reads as black. And yeah, especially as we're doing it this way and not using the greys or the blues because we don't want it to read as grey or blue. So you better make sure it reads as black by the end of this. just doing a bit extra on his leg. So yeah, just don't work in the same area for too long. Just make sure you go around the model, let it dry, and then go back as needed. But yeah, as you can see, that's sorted that out, and yeah, it's looking awesome. And here's the Hellstalker. So yeah, we've tamed him down. We've still got loads of really cool colours, looking shiny. And yeah, really happy with him so far. And then just giving you a little bit of a better look from a more realistic perspective, just so you can see. Yeah, definitely reading as black, got all the reflections in there. You can see some of the purple glinting in the sort of shadows and midtones. But yeah, overall reading as black, and yeah, got that nice shine to him. So I'm just going to be using this Balthasar Gold now to go over all of his trim. And just take your time with this. There's no need to rush. The trim is quite nice and thick, so even though there is a lot of trim on him, it isn't as it's not that stressful to do. So yeah, just take your time, enjoy yourself. And yeah, if you are using the Balthasar Gold, it is a really nice gold to use. It does like go on nice and smooth, and the coverage is good, so yeah, you're not fighting with the paint, which is always nice. And yeah, just as you're going over his armor panels, just try and use the brush as flat as possible, and just sort of guarantee yourself not to hit any of the black armor. You can always fix it if you do go back on, just gently glaze over any of the previous colors until it matches. But yeah, it's easier if you don't make a mistake, so yeah, just take your time with this and, you know, really enjoy it. So yeah, make sure you take plenty of breaks and stuff in between. Don't just force yourself to sit there and do the whole thing in one go. It can get a little bit tedious, but like I say, it is the armor trim is nice and thick, and you know, it's not as stressful, so yeah, just enjoy yourself, just go slow, just paint the armor best you can, and yeah, I mean, it's looking sick already, so yeah, it's worth the time and effort. And just do a quick fast forward there, just so you could see what one completed armor panel looks like. And we're just going to go through and do one on his leg now. But yeah, just take your time, have a break in between panels if you want, or just, you know, get to a certain point and until you're like getting a bit sick of it or a bit bored, and then yeah, just come back to it after. It's always nice to come in fresh. And yeah, just do your best to enjoy this process. If you're painting Chaos, there's tons of trim, so yeah, better start just enjoying painting trim. Yeah, definitely using something like Balthasar Gold, where it does come off the brush nice and easy, definitely makes the whole process a lot nicer. Just the less you're fighting with the paint, the better.
A few moments later.
There we go, so it's quite some time later. We've got the Balthasar Gold on, and as you can see, it's looking like super cool. Like, yeah, the black armor with those highlights in the purple. And yeah, definitely reading as black, and then that gold trim just absolutely popping. So yeah, sick looking so far. And to be honest, once you've done the black and the trim, that's basically the model done. We've just got little bits and pieces here and there, silver bits to do. And yeah, we're just gonna do exactly the same with the Lord Discordant. Balthasar Gold, just take our time, go over the model and just, yeah, enjoy it best you can. But yeah, you've already done the Hellstalker, which is the bulk of it, so yeah, just painting up the bits of gold trim on the old Lord Discordant there will be no problem. I'm not 100% whether I made the right choice by doing him in sub-assemblies. So leaving the Lord Discordant off, he was a bit, I don't know, yeah, it was a bit of a bugger to attach like after. So once he was painted and then attaching him back onto the Hellstalker, it wasn't a great experience, and I thought it would be cool to have him in sub-assemblies just so I could access like some of the armor, but it didn't actually like make it any easier for me to paint the armor. So yeah, I'm not sure whether I'd recommend sub-assembly or just have them glued on to begin with. I think if I was doing it again I would just glue them on, but yeah, I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, again, just when you're doing these sort of raised, detailed bits, just yeah, trying to leave the brush flat and yeah, give yourself the most opportunity to not hit the black armor. So yeah, there he is with his gold on, looking cool. Just give you another look at the Hellstalker there as well. And just yeah, a bit of a closer look at the Lord Discordant, just so you can see what his highlights and are like. So yeah, now we're just going to be going over all of this trim with this gold, and yeah, we're just going to be hitting the most light parts. So yeah, we're not going to be going over the full armor trim with it, just making the shiny bit shinier, and yeah, just giving it some glints and highlights just to get it popping more. But yeah, super cool model. I love painting black, and especially painting black this way, definitely one of my favourites. But yeah, I did put off painting this model for a bit just because of the amount of trim. It was a bit daunting, but actually once I got into it, it's actually quite a nice model to paint. So yeah, definitely give them a go. But yeah, just doing the silver bits, just adding the lead belcher to the silver bits now. So yeah, we've got the gun, his tail, some chainmail. I think I do some of the bullets on the gun as well. He's got like a flamethrower coming out his mouth. So yeah, lots of silver bits. So yeah, doing a bit more of, I'm pretty sure this is called an overbrush, where it's like a dry brush, but the paint's not completely dry, but it's also not wet. It's just somewhere in the middle. So yeah, the paint does leave the brush easy, but it's not giving you the dry brush effect. But yeah, definitely do something like that. And then these large silver bits. So yeah, just doing the same thing on the Lord Discordant. The same sort of overbrushing technique on him. Yeah, nice silver to use. Comes off the brush easy. And yeah, suits the model. Cool, so here's the Hellstalker, and he's got all the silver bits done. So yeah, the model's just getting cooler and cooler. So happy with the way it's looking. Definitely reading as black, so proper happy with that. Gold trim looking sick, silver bits popping, so yeah, decent. And yeah, the same thing with Lord Discordant, well pleased with his armour, looks really cool. All his gold bits are nice, and yeah, the silver's popping as well, so yeah, coming along nicely. I'm just using the Stormhost silver just to go over the silver bits, just add some scratches and some texture to it, getting a bit more shine in there. Yeah, looking cool. Got a bit more texture on him. And just give you another look at the Hellstalker. Just bring the camera out a bit so you can see it a bit better. But yeah, really cool. Like I say, basically once you've got the black and the gold armor trim done, the model is pretty much done. So yeah, it's just all the little details now. We'll just be going over some of the non-armor black bits with the Corvus black. And then yeah, just doing the same again, this grey. Just bringing out some of the details, adding a bit of texture. So yeah, I just wanted to use these grey colours to bring out the details on the non-armour bits, just so it keeps it all separate. And yeah, just going over all the tubes on the Hellstalker. And yeah, just going over it all with the Nuln Oil. Just pulling it all back towards black again. And just letting the sort of textured raised bits stick out. So yeah, just an extra little bit of detail. We'll just be going over his sort of cape and hood with this Screamer pink. It's a really nice colour. I do like this one. It's probably another one of my favourites. Yeah, we're doing like a sort of overbrushy sort of stippling technique on there. We're just adding texture to it. It's sort of in a really awkward spot to like do it smooth. And plus with it being a Chaos model, I do like the look of them a bit more sort of textured and weathered looking. Just a bit more worn. But yeah, as you can see, like that colour's really nice on him. And I'm just gonna add this Nuln Oil over it and just yeah, get it into all the shadows. And then we'll just be adding some highlights to it and just bringing out more and more texture with every layer. So yeah, going in with the Khorne Red now. And yeah, just sort of catching edges and adding texture, just staying within the Screamer pink that we put on. Yeah, doing a bit more of a punt punch now. Just using the wet paint, doing the same sort of stipply, stabby brush strokes. And then yeah, doing the same again with the Mephiston Red. Again, this is more of a punt punchy one. So we're using wet paint and just going inside the borders of the Khorne Red now. And yeah, just adding more sort of texture. But yeah, really nice colour combos. Really happy with how it's looking. I'm just going over the silver parts of the Nuln Oil now. I probably should have done this in the previous step when I was going over the non-armour black parts. But yeah, it's alright. Just do the metallics now. I think what it was is that where I'd left enough of the shadows on the silver parts, I think I wasn't going to bother with the Nuln Oil. And then just looking at the model and seeing how like really bright it is, I just thought I'd tone it down a bit with the Nuln Oil just to get it a bit more chaos looking. And yeah, just using this ivory to go over the skulls. Just using this Khorne Red now, and what I'm doing is just painting the eye onto the flag. I'm really bad at drawing, I'm definitely no good at freehand or anything like that, so I want to do the eye as silver, but I'm not really confident enough to do it with the metallic paint straight away. So I'm just doing it in red first, as I know I'll be able to see that over the black. And yeah, I'm basically just going to trace over the red with this lead belcher. But yeah, the idea of me using red was just I'll be able to see it over the black easy enough, and also if I made it look horrific, I could paint over the red with black easy enough. Whereas it would probably take me more effort to go over if I didn't do a very good job with the silver. So yeah, I thought I'd do the red first and then just trace over it with the silver. So yeah, it's not amazing or anything, but we gotta have something on the flag, so it's always worth having a go. I'm not gonna get any better if I don't try. And yeah, just going over sort of the edges and texture and just bringing out the texture of the flag with this Corvus Black now. And then just be doing the same thing again with this Dawnstone. Just trying to catch the edges and just bring out the texture and just yeah, just try and border. And yeah, just adding texture to the flag. And got the rest of the model looking really cool, so yeah, try and keep the standard up throughout. And then yeah, just going to go over it with the Nuln Oil just to pull it all back together. And yeah, Nunal and over black with some of these the grey highlights. Yeah, it just looks really cool. Pulls it together, you can still see all the texture through, but then yeah, brings it all back to black again. And then yeah, just going over all of the skulls of the skeleton horde. Just adding some depth and definition back in, just getting them a bit more realistic and grotty looking. And just be going over the sort of mauls or like fang parts of this Hellstalker. Yeah, he's just got some fleshy bits on his mouth there. And yeah, we're just working our way up, so he's putting Cajun flesh tone down is the main colour. Working up to the Kislev flesh, some little highlights. And then yeah, we'll just be using the Karabu Crimson wash to make it all come together and look a bit like raw and disgusting again. Yeah, really nice colour combinations for making sort of skin tones and making it look raw and not very sort of irritated. And just be going over his sort of fang parts with this Ubshanti bone. Yeah, and then I'll just be going over it with the Blood for the Blood God. It's getting some blood effects on there, so I'll be sticking that on his sword, and then I'll be putting it on his on the Hellstalker's fangs, and also just across the sort of whippy tail bits of the Hellstalker. But yeah, such a cool model, loads of really cool details and features on it. Again, I was a bit daunted at the thought of painting it, but yeah, actually it was a really fun model to paint, and yeah, it's come out super cool. I'm well happy with it. Yeah, just going to be doing all the eyes with these colours. So on this one I'm going to be trying to do the Chaos Eye, so putting the darkest red in, then putting the orange on, getting the yellow in the centre, and then after this I'll be moving on to the black and white part, and I'll just be doing like a vertical line with the black and just a tiny white dot just to the top right of the black line, and just make it look like an eye. I think you can just about see it, but I use that colour combination for all the eyes across the model. So yeah, just super happy with it, absolutely love this model. Definitely don't be frightened of painting it, especially with the way I've done the black. You just get the cool sort of non-metallic metal black, but it actually looks black. So yeah, sick model, love it.
Like, comment, subscribe, share.